So I'm curious to see how Beta is going to be playing this main tank role, how they're going to fit in with the rest of this team, as it looks like Lijiang Tower is the map we're going on to, and it's Night Market.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a good map. It's quite a competitive map. There's a lot of things you can run here, so it's no surprise to see that lots of teams want this in their matches. Just want to briefly point out, License to Tilt have a little bit of a pedigree that I identify with. They were they've had involvement from Blank Casts, who's now moved on, obviously EU contenders. Caster, John Allen Casts. In fact, the tournament organizer Ulemonden for GitGud EU has been involved with this team. So, you know, I think going to be a bit of a crowd favorite, maybe, License to Tilt.
Potentially, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch them. Absolutely, and so just looking at the spawner, you can't take it for value, but GNT, I would love to see that Torbjorn. Doubt it's going to happen, but I'd like to see it.
Hey, if Defran can do it in Overwatch League, then there is no reason why we can't be seeing Torbjorns in our maps in GitGud EU. Let's not count it out just yet. 5 seconds left to go. Come on, JNT, don't make me look stupid. JNT, what are you doing? I want you to run the Torb. What are you doing on the break? But we have our team comps locked in, and it's two very different approaches here.
Yeah, and it looks like Kenagei, they're running a double DPS with Reinhardt and Hammond.
Early boop, not able to secure anything, almost sends Kudo down to the grave, but it is not to be able to recover, and License to Tilt taking early possession of the point here.
Right, and so this is going to be very difficult for Kenagei to break in here, especially when Chimolo is trying to make this happen with this Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, we saw a nice Reinhardt into Reinhardt charge there, but a huge amount of charge coming in for Kenagei. We've already got the minefield, we've got the Shatter coming down, and 2 early kills. License to Tilt on the back of that early ult charge and investment, getting the better of License to Tilt and getting first capture.
And crucially, look at the Witcher. They're coming up on their barrage here, and we're going to have Snarcy coming up on a high noon. So a lot of DPS ultimates coming online, whereas the Goats composition that License to Tilt are running, it's got some support ultimates, but it's going to be very hard to break into this.
Yeah, they're not at a point yet where they can start cycling these ultimates. We've got a High Noon in the back, finds Kudo. A lot of it eaten by the laddie, but 1 kill from a High Noon I think is pretty good going. But we did lose Haki in that fight, and it means that Kenagei are able to rotate, License to able to rotate round and capture the point. Haki brought right back into the fight. Valkyrie popped by UFO as well, and the Witcher has this barrage. This barrage, if it can get into the right position, could be absolutely huge. But once again, Haki getting the worst of that exchange with Beta Tester, and we crucially got these tank ultimates online for License to Tilt, and they are getting close to equalizing capture progress.
So now, you know, that's the problem with the High Noon, is there are quite a few abilities on cooldowns that can block that High Noon. We're going to see Delati, though, taking out the Witcher and a bit of a late stagger here. And look at License to Tilt. They have 5 ultimates online. For Kenagei, this is going to be really tough. I mean, you have to get so much value out of especially the Witcher's barrage here. That's where it's got to really come down to, and you got to hope you can force out Kudo's Soundberry first. Otherwise, it's going to be basically nullified.
Yeah, but we have seen Chinolio get some really good work done with this minefield. Popped in the right place. Maybe that's what's required. Oh, nice. A broad spreading of that. Here comes everything in the game. We've got both Moira ults, the self-destruct. Nothing really coming out of that. We have equalized. Ellisor able to send JNT down. We are 5v5. The mines just helping soften up License to Tilt. UFO brings Snarcy back into the fight. Nobody wanting to fight anywhere on the point. Here's the Hydra in the background. Finds Phenum. But we are still very, very equal for who's alive on these fights. We've got to see Kenagei starting to get back onto the point because we're at 80%. There's the barrage, but taken out in the middle of it by the shield bash. Nothing out of it. They have secured the flip, though. Kenagei retake possession of the point.
And so now, if you are Kenagei, I mean, you really only have the mines for this next fight, whereas License to Tilt, they're starting off with the rally, and you know Beta Tester has that Shatter.
Yeah, this is going to be all on Haki to block this Shatter. If that Shatter isn't blocked, It's going to be huge. Haki going down first. Here comes the minefield just to buy a little bit of pressure. Buying enough space for Yufa to bring Haki back into the fight, and the mines get the kill onto JNT. Haki didn't need to block that shadow after all. His team helping bring him back into the fight and keep it alive. Here's the self-destruct from Dalatai. Needs to be big. Nothing out of it. Does scare Kenagei off the point, and Malagan Haki has the shatter, manages to take out a couple of people, but there's no follow-up as they all stay alive, and we've seen Chinolio looking for boots. Snarcy with a skill onto Beta Tester, but Chinolio, absolutely huge playmaker there, swinging in on the Wrecking Ball, taking out both healers, and they maintain possession of the point on the back of that.
Wow, really impressive stuff from Kenagei. It was the pressure from the Witcher and Chinolio on that Wrecking Ball that was just doing so much disruption work, forcing License to Tilt to look all around them. Really nicely done.
Yeah, but we've got 2 tank ultimates online, but it's not going to matter. We have locked one kill already. There's the Transcendence, there's the Graviton Surge, there's the Earth Shatter, and they do get 2 on the back of that. Here comes the barrage and the minefield, all of the explosives on the field, and Chinolio getting another 2. There's the Reaper with the Death Blossom, not able to find anything. Does help soften up that Matrix, and that is going to be pretty much all they wrote unless JNT can get onto the point. Sadly, a fraction of a second too late, and Kenagei take it and proceed out of the gauntlet into the main body of the finals.
Wow, so impressive from this team. I mean, at Chinolio, I absolutely think they deserve this play of the game. They were causing so much disruption throughout this match. I mean, look at this. They're just in the back line. They're knocking people off the map. Oh my goodness. Beautiful play. But I mean, throughout the series, they were just such a nuisance for License to Tilt, and they never seem to really be able to focus them down. And that's part of the strength of the Wrecking Ball. It's something that, you know, the Chengdu Hunters have been utilizing a lot in the Owl games. So maybe, you know, Kenagei were trying to take a play out of their book a little bit and show the strength of that particular hero. And it certainly panned out for them here on Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, but that's not to say this map was totally one-sided. License to Tilt had a lot of good plays in there. It did look for a while there like they were just going to take possession of that point and then maintain control throughout all of it. But, you know, the power of the Wrecking Ball and the Pharah able to get in damage that is sort of very hard to contest, very bursty with the form of the mines and the barrage meant that they were just able to blast right the way through License to Tilt's GOAT's comp setup.
Yeah, it was a lot of damage, and crucially, it was coming at them from all angles. You had the Pharah in the sky, you had you know, the other DPS as Snarcy, whether they were playing the McCree or the Reaper, just kind of maintaining more of a frontline presence, dealing damage on the front end. But then you had the Wrecking Ball in their backline, the Pharah overhead. I mean, it was just overwhelming the amount of angles that Kenagei were taking. So really nicely done, and they certainly showed that they're the strongest team here in the gauntlet.
Yeah, again, very, very entertaining matches, very fun to watch. But that is unfortunately all that we've got for the gauntlet. We've seen the redemption arc, Kenagei going through to the next round. So on behalf of Elo Hell Esports, I've been Big Hungry Phil.
And I've been Zark.
And we'll see you all shortly.